Hello and welcome to this tutorial on 3 tips for branding your fitness business. My name is Tyler Valencia and I'm the president of KIPS, Time to Train Fitness, and your Balance Ambassador. Let's kick this tutorial off on who is this for? Who is this for? Branding, business building, stuff in that related area. It's for the fit pro, the health and wellness professional that is building their business, wondering how to get to that next step, wondering if maybe they've been doing the right thing with business branding and marketing their business. This is the tutorial for you. Let's kick it off with tip number 1, figuring out your company colors and font. The first resource that I'm going to give you is called Adobe Kuler. This is a free resource that you can essentially upload an image or even pick your colors that you want to utilize, and so that you know the exact color number or the RGB that you can utilize across the board, making sure that you're using the same color. So let's use specifically green. My favorite color is green, and let's say that I have a specific shade of color that I want to use across the board. Well, some people might think that using any color green or just whatever they find in the color code will work, but using the specific one, it becomes a part of your business. People will then recognize your shade of green and how it's utilized across the board. So this is one tip that is free and you could really probably utilize more than just your color. So go check out Adobe Kuler. We'll leave a link in the description for where it's at and play with it. Like I said, a cool option is that you can actually upload an image or your logo, and you can essentially find out what the exact color code is for each one. So if maybe you had your logo designed by someone else and you don't know what colors they used, here's a great resource for you to utilize. Along those same lines is utilizing the same font across the board. If you had a logo made or if you had a website made, you're probably wondering what fonts were used if the designer made them for you. Now, this is a great asset to have with your marketing materials, whether you're posting them on Facebook, Instagram. Figuring these things out will make things look consistent. It's one of those things that people can point out and see, oh wow, the fonts are the same, the logo is the same, and this must be a part of that company. In my opinion, consumers are much smarter these days. When they scroll on Instagram, when they scroll on Facebook, they know when a company looks professional. Now, if you have all your marketing materials that look the same and somebody can easily identify your company, they're gonna know that they can invest in your company and they're gonna feel comfortable doing it. So using Adobe fonts, Google fonts, figuring out which ones are used and then use them across the board. The next tool that I'm gonna give you, and tip number 2, is use Canva. If you don't know what Canva is, I'm gonna put a link in the description. It's gonna be an affiliate link to utilizing it, but it is a free resource. They do have a paid version, but it's a free resource that essentially takes the work of a graphic designer. Now, there's a caveat to that. Of course, it takes time. Of course, it takes time to learn it, to work with it, and to figure out how you can design items, but it's a great resource to building your business. Instagram posts, Facebook banners, YouTube thumbnails, whatever you can imagine, they have those things, templates built into it. Now with Canva, you can actually take all the things that we talked about in tip number 1, your colors, your fonts, and build a branding kit inside that. That's a paid option, but you could utilize these still free if you have them set to the side, and you can consistently make sure that you have those a part of each thing that you build out. If you're making an image for your company, let's say that you run a boot camp and you want to take a picture and then you want to go upload to Instagram. Take that extra time, upload it to Canva, put it in a template image that you could put your colors a part of it, put your logo part of it, and now you have a professional looking image that you can export and put on Instagram, and people are gonna be impressed. They're gonna know that this is a professional business and that you mean business. Last tip here, tip number 3, Find inconspicuous ways to use your logo. Now, this one might only apply to some people out there, but for myself and for others out there, you might like a logo that has an element of it. So a common thing you might see with fitness related logos is maybe a dumbbell. So let's say that you have a dumbbell that's a part of your logo and it's across the back of it. What you can do is maybe use a dumbbell and feature it in different parts of your marketing. When you have an item that's a part of your company and it's in your logo, it's a part of your branding. Now, instead of just having your full logo everywhere, maybe just have that piece a part of it. And that's what I mean by having inconspicuous places to utilize your logo. Being creative with it, but still using your branding. This is kind of a more advanced tip, but it's a great one. Now, let's actually pull from tip number 2, which was use Canva. And in Canva, you could actually create a logo. Let's say you don't have one yet and you want one. Go check out all the great things they have in there for making a logo. And if you want to utilize one that has a special piece about it, like I said, maybe a dumbbell, a yoga mat, a yoga block, something that really kind of pulls your logo together, this is a great way to do that. So using your logo inconspicuously, there we go, in your designs is a great way to mix things up and to kind of take your marketing, your advertisements, your posts that you make to the next level. So that's been this tutorial on 3 tips for branding your business. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Balance channel. We got a lot of great resources on here that we're building out for helping health and wellness fit pros out there that want to keep growing in this space and growing well beyond this year. So make sure you subscribe for future tutorials. Check out the podcast and see all the great resources we have already on here.